Michael Jackson had an affinity for children. He never had a childhood. He wanted to be good to children because he had the financial resources to do it. He built an amusement park. He built a zoo. He invited inner city children. He invited disabled children. He did so many good things. And to try and turn that around into making him a horrendous criminal was really tragic. And I think it had a lot to do with shortening his life.
You don't think Michael Jackson has molested one single person?
I do not. I absolutely do not. And I sat with him for 5 months, 5 days a week in a criminal courtroom, watching not just the Arvizo allegations, but other allegations being made against him. Allegations that he had molested Macaulay Culkin, allegations that he had molested a whole bunch of other people. That experience seared into my soul a very strong belief that Michael Jackson never molested anyone.
Is there a possible explanation in the Me Too movement where people now feel more comfortable saying publicly, look, I was abused. Can we now please do something about it?
I think the freedom of the Me Too movement has allowed false accusations to be made as well as real accusations. The Me Too movement in America is a very passionate, very powerful movement. And I believe a lot of good will eventually come out of it. I believe a lot of women have been mistreated, a lot of people have been mistreated, and I think to air all this in a public way will eventually find some balance and some good results. The problem with a movement this powerful is that people have due process rights. People who are accused of misconduct have a right to defend themselves.
Do you think if he was still alive, do you think these people would now be coming out and saying the same thing, that he molested me?
I just don't know. I mean, I think I have to believe these are financially motivated accusations. I have to believe that, because how else can you explain it?
How many boys, how many families has he or the Jackson estate paid off over the years?
I'm not aware of their paying anybody off other than a couple of settlements where he was advised by lawyers and business associates to pay money to end the story. And he regretted doing it. He told me many times I should never have settled with a couple of people I settled with, because all it did was open up Pandora's box and create all sorts of problems for him.
He paid Jordan Chandler, the Chandler family, $20 million
well,
to make it go away.
Again, according to Michael, he had lawyers and business advisors who were telling him, pay the money, it's a drop in the bucket with what you can make around the world. You have an incredible career. There's a lot more time to produce beautiful music and make a lot of money. This is nothing. Get rid of it. Stop the publicity. Do it now.
But do you pay someone $20 million if you think you're entirely innocent?
If $20 million is a drop in the bucket and you're going to make billions instead, maybe you'd consider it.
So again, to keep them quiet.
2 settlements to keep people quiet and to let his business career and musical career go forward.
But you're convinced that doesn't say guilty?
No, absolutely not. Not when you put yourself in Michael Jackson's shoes. When you see the kind of money this man could make, when you see the following he had around the world, when you realize what business potential existed with Michael Jackson products, with Michael Jackson music, with Michael Jackson tours, these amounts of money were nothing compared to what he could make. And he was advised by some pretty shrewd people, pay off these people, you've got bigger fish to fry. You've got bigger things to do, okay? And by the way, in all those settlements, there was no admission of liability. The people he gave money to agreed to sign a settlement agreement in which he did not admit any wrongdoing whatsoever. Now, what does that tell you about them?
Well, some might say that just paying the money is an admission of liability.
Well, it's not. It's not.